Paul had a question about dirt bikes for post SHTF for getting around. I know a lot about 2-stroke or 4-stroke engines, but they're generally attached to chainsaws. Hayden, however, you know a thing or two about dirt bikes, right?
I do.
Okay. So, what do you think about using a dirt bike?
It's a good idea.
Okay.
But only if you ride prior. If you just grab a bike and you ride every now and then, you're not going to be in shape for it.
Good point.
You really don't want to carry that much weight if you want to stay mobile. And if you are going to carry a bunch of weight, then that's how you want to practice. Like, you want to do a lot of track riding, and then you want to do a bunch of trail riding.
Talk about that trip you took and your friends and the first time they rode and they were smoked.
Yeah, so that's what I meant by arm pump. So if you're not really gonna ride that much, and you ride, maybe we took out a couple new people for an hour or two in some pretty easy terrain, like nothing technical, and after that they couldn't ride the rest of the days. They couldn't feel their arms, their hands, because you're getting pumped up and down. Your core is just destroyed. It's really something you have to work up to, and especially if they're going to be having weight, like maybe a backpack, a weapon.
Yeah,
you really have to work up to it. You can't just buy it.
That's going to throw your balance off too.
And they're very loud, so they're extremely loud.
So what kind of fuel mileage are you getting on a dirt bike?
Nothing good. I mean, we get like 50 miles per tank usually.
50 miles per tank.
It's kind of like if you have one spot on your property and you need to get to the other one fast, then I would say that's a good idea.
So you're talking more kind of like high end, the made to be like dirt bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's other, like, what you might not call a dirt bike.
They have like
you can get better mileage with.
They have supermotos, which is it's meant for you to be able to drive on the streets and on dirt and everything.
Like an adventure bike kind of.
Those will have better MPG, but realistically, I don't see a reason why you'd want to be riding around at the end of the world with a dirt bike. It kind of makes no sense to me. I'd rather be in a truck or a car or anything with more protection, better handling, and holds more gas.
Yeah.
I guess if you're trying to get around, if you have to get out of your property really fast, then it works.
Emergency.
Yeah, that's the only time I would use it, and I ride dirt bikes.
So I would think that if you had one, you could potentially develop a use for it in a system.
Yes.
But not go get one to build a system around.
I would never build a system around a dirt bike. I mean, they're fun to do, and it's a decent way to keep you in shape if you're not really in shape. I mean, there's two things you can use them for: is survival situation and getting in shape and having fun. So I mean,
yeah, I would think also, like, let's say you're in some really challenging terrain, like you're in, up along the Canadian border, northern half of the country, right? Or you're up in Alaska or something like that, where there's woods and there's mountains and there's creeks and there's streams, and I know, like, a big Polaris 4-wheeler that I can tow 800 pounds of stuff with if I need to. I can still make decent time. Now they have those side-by-sides, those little buggies. For what you're going to spend on a dirt bike,
You can strap gas to it.
you might think about something like that that's got 4 wheels. It's maybe a little bit more stable, a little bit less physically demanding to drive.
Take as much out of you.
You can carry more people. You can pull more weight.
Because I mean, I think the bottom line of the decision between dirt bike or 4-wheeler is what is the terrain you're going to operate in.
Yeah.
If it's really rough, then maybe it is the dirt bike, and that's your choice. But if it's, mostly level, that 4-wheeler could make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Of the amount of stuff you could put on it.
And I think there's less of a learning curve with a 4-wheeler.
Driving.
Would you agree?
There's a lot less of a learning curve. It's way easier.
Yeah.
It really takes no technical skill, I think.
I mean, I could put Harlan on a 4-wheeler and he can run it.
Fine.
If he wrecks a dirt bike.
The only thing the dirt bike has over a 4-wheeler is that you can go over a lot more terrain and you can go a lot faster.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's
for
the only
sure.
thing, but you can't carry it as much. You can't carry people.
Yep.
I mean, you can try, but we've done it and it ends pretty badly if you go over anything rough.
So you're gaining speed and mobility with a dirt bike.
Right.
and with a four-wheeler, you're giving up speed. I think maintaining mobility,
Yeah.
but also adding cargo.
Yeah. Much better carrying capacity.
So I think that's where you kind of.
And I think probably safety factor as well.
Yeah.
Not that you can't roll a four-wheeler, but you're probably going to be less likely to dump a four-wheeler than a dirt bike. Would you agree?
Case by case. I mean,
let's say the noob.
Oh yeah, you want to be driving a four-wheel. If you're not experienced, I would never rely on a dirt bike to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be able to do it fast. You're not gonna be able to do it reliably. And if you don't have experience, then it's kind of just everything else.
Just here, you're coming off the tarmac out there, you know, the blacktop onto this gravel. You could dump a dirt bike just coming around that turn if you weren't careful, you know.
Well, and it's a crisis situation, and now you injure yourself.
Yeah. Because you got in a hurry, because you could get in a hurry, because you're on a dirt bike, you can go 60 miles an hour if it needs to. So.
I think those are all good considerations.
Yeah, I think it has a place, but it's a very narrow niche.
I mean, if you have one, then that's great. Then you can use it. Or if you have a bunch of money, then why not buy one?
Right.
But,
I mean, if I hit the Powerball, we'll get some.
I wouldn't make it a priority by any means.
Cool. Hey. Yay. All right. Good job. Thanks, Hayden.
Thanks, Hayden.